Most of you who have had any interaction with the Indian deities before finding this school have probably found some crazy ass reel or video on Instagram or Twitter with a bunch of people surrounding some idol and dancing and doing all of these crazy things as puja. And this doesn't really give you an idea of what that deity really represents or how you would begin to practice bhakti on that deity. So, my goal is to introduce you to one specific deity and give you a clear description of who and what she is, so that if you are interested in that deity or you feel naturally drawn to her, you can begin to practice bhakti in the most effective manner for you. So I'm going to talk about Kamala. Kamala is one of my favorite Indian deities. She's one of the 10 Mahavidyas. Now, the Mahavidyas are Vamashara, or left hand incarnations of Shakti. You've probably heard of Kali. She is one of the Mahavidyas, but there are 10 of them. And most of these Mahavidyas are not talked about outside of India. So Kamala is one of the 10. And Kamala is a specific form of Lakshmi. Now, Lakshmi is the consort or the partner of Vishnu. And Lakshmi represents the Anahata, the heart chakra. She's associated with wealth and prosperity. Now, Kamala, she is an incarnation of Lakshmi, but she is her own personality. So it would be wrong to say that she is the same deity as Lakshmi. And practicing bhakti with Kamala will yield radically different results from practicing bhakti with Lakshmi. Lakshmi is considered a safe deity for most people to work with because she has a general benevolence towards humankind. Kamala, not so much, because she is, as I said, one of the 10 Mahavidyas, and so there is an aspect of poison in her cult. Vamashara, poison. These are the taboo aspects of tantric practice. And Kamala represents a specific stream of the left hand. I like to call Kamala Queen of the Rogues. So she is associated with rogue-like behavior in the pursuit of wealth and prosperity. So that aspect of Lakshmi being an arbiter of wealth, it carries on with Kamala. But Lakshmi, she gives wealth freely, but slowly, in moderation, over time. There is this natural embrace of a tempered prosperity with Lakshmi. Kamala is quite different. Like I said, I call her the Queen of the Rogues. So if you're going to practice bhakti with Kamala, you will be in pursuit of wealth by any means necessary. That can mean criminal activity. That can mean engaging in practices that make you uncomfortable. See, because the goal of working with Kamala is to get wealth quickly. And you can't really care much about where that wealth comes from. Of course, dharma should still be considered. But this kind of underground criminal activity, sometimes it is dharmic for an individual to pursue this. And if you're going to pursue this route in life, Kamala is one of the most powerful deities to work with. You can think of Lakshmi as this beautiful mother figure who sits on a large inheritance, and she's willing to share with others if she finds you to be a beautiful soul worthy of supporting. Kamala, on the other hand, would be considered a sacred prostitute. Now, there's a big difference between sacred prostitution and the kind of Kabbalistic prostitution that we find in the marketplace. Because the sacred prostitute is acting autonomously from a place of power. So, utilizing sexuality in order to gain wealth to gain prosperity. This can be done in a dharmic sense. And this is what Kamala represents. It's the same with sacred thievery. You can be a thief, but you can do it in such a way that you are behaving yogically. You are approaching self-realization in criminal activity. And so Kamala represents this. So if you are going to work with Kamala, you have to be ready to accept the poison of what she represents. She can put you through a lot of rigorous tests in order to see if you're worthy of her help. You can think of it sort of like a gang initiation. You've got to be willing to break the rules, to go out on a limb in order to get that wealth and prosperity that you're searching for. And if you can prove that you're rugged enough, that you're bad enough to work with Kamala, then she will help you. But you've got to be careful. Most people who work seriously with Kamala, they don't continue to work with her throughout their entire life. It's like getting into the gang or getting into the mafia, making some money, and then pulling out. It can be hard to pull away from the gang if you've been in for a long time. So you've got to go about it in a smart way. If you're going to work with Kamala or any of the Mahavidyas, you need to educate yourself about their nature and not just jump right in. You might see some tantrics in India practicing puja to Kamala. Those who actually have success with her have worked for many years in order to develop the kind of yogic potential to be able to transform the poison of Kamala into medicine. And if you're going to practice bhakti with Kamala, you need to do the same.